Hi everyone and welcome to this video from Minder Travel. Today we are doing part one of the top 20 questions that we get asked on our Facebook pages and YouTube pages regarding Marella cruises. Part two will follow, so if you want to keep your eye out for part two, hit the bell notification and you will get informed when that video is released. We'll be covering things like excursions, traveling for people with mobility issues and wheelchairs, and also money. How much money should you take on a cruise? Those are some of the questions that we will be covering in part two. So be sure to hit the bell notification and you will get notified when that is released. Also, we would really appreciate if you would think about subscribing and also hitting the like button for this video. It helps us out a great deal and we would really appreciate it. Thank you. So let's get going with questions 1 to 10.
When can I book excursions and specialty restaurants on my cruise planner? Normally, the answer is 3 months. You should be able to find these available to book at least 3 months before you are due to go on your cruise. Although in one of our cases, we found that they were available about 4 months before. So I would say start checking from about 4 months before you're due to cruise, but be expected that it might not be until about 3 months. Are beach towels available? Beach towels are provided in your cabin. When you enter your cabin, you will not only find your white towels for use within the cabin, you will also be given 2, or as many people who are in the cabin, blue towels. Now, these towels are beach towels. You can use them wherever you like, but be aware they are heavy towels. And also, if you lose them, you will be charged a fee of £10 for each towel lost. Our advice would be look for microfiber towels. They're readily available. We got ours from Decathlon, but you can also get them from Amazon. They fold up really small. They're so much lighter, and we find those a much better option for taking on the cruise. Are there coffee and tea making facilities in your cabin? Yes, there are coffee and tea making facilities. You have a kettle and everything you need to be able to make yourself a nice drink. One thing that we would say is you only get a certain amount of milk capsules and teas and coffees. There is a much bigger choice in the buffet restaurant. What we would advise is have a look what's available there and take some of the coffee and teas. They certainly have a lot more flavoured teas back to your cabin and you will have a much wider choice. Also, it might be worth, although it might be more difficult now they've taken the fridges away, it might be worth just filling up a little bit of milk in a cup and taking that back with you as well. Are hairdryers available in the cabins? Yes, you will find a hairdryer in your cabin. Normally it's in one of the drawers at the desk and you should have no problem finding one there. If you haven't got one, then just let the cabin staff know or ring reception and they will bring one to your cabin. Should you tip on the Marella cruise once you are on the ship? Now, there's no obligation to do that at all because in your booking charge there will be tips included in that, so it's already taken care of. It's a personal matter whether you feel any of the staff on board deserve extra praise and extra credit. We tend to leave extra for the cabin crew. We find they work so hard and anything that you're short of or haven't got is there in an instant, and they also leave you some wonderful towel creations. So if you've got any spare change, if you've got anything that isn't really worth exchanging when you get back, then leave it for them. Some people I know leave other things such as sweets, but we would always say money is way more beneficial to them, and there's no obligation, but if you do want to reward any of the staff on any part of the ship, then they would be very grateful to have a little bit of extra money. Is water available free of charge? Bottled water is not free, and that now applies to any package. If you are on the premium all inclusive, you will have to pay if you want bottled water. They used to give 1.5 litre to premium, but they have now stopped doing that. So bottled, it is chargeable for everybody. There is water available from tap in the restaurants, and also there are water stations by the lifts on each of the cabin decks. The water from there is ice cold, so we would advise take a thermal flask, and you will find just keep topping up from there, and that will keep you going throughout the day. And also for any time you leave the ship, make sure that you fill your water. You're going to need it. I'm worried about motion sickness. Is there a best place to be on the ship? If you are concerned about motion sickness, seasickness, then the best place to be is mid-ship, as low as possible. Obviously, the higher you are, or if you're front or back, there is going to be more movement. So definitely, if you're fearful of motion sickness, then try and get midship, lower part of the ship. We would also say make sure you take your own medication, because if you do have to go and see the doctor on board, you will be charged quite a fair amount for tablets. I have heard though that if you go to reception that they do give seasickness tablets out. Now, I haven't had that confirmed, but I have been told that that is the case. So there's always that option as well if you feel that you need some medication.
The question we probably get asked more than any other question is, should we upgrade to premium drinks? We have done both. We, on our first Marella cruise, chose premium, and I'll explain why in a minute. And on our subsequent 2 cruises with Marella, we went all inclusive. We decided on our first cruise to go premium because we didn't know what to expect, and we just thought if we want a drink, we can have whatever we like. In reality, on board, we didn't get through the entire cocktail list like I thought we would. We were a little bit disappointed that there wasn't a much larger selection of wines for the premium. And we also found that most of the drinks that we drink were included in the all-inclusive anyway. So that's why we then, for the next 2 cruises, decided to go all-inclusive. And for us, it works perfectly fine. One of the things that Marella has in advantage over any of the other cruise companies is the value of their drinks. The all-inclusive drinks package is amazing for what it is, really. And although Marella might seem a little bit more expensive when you look at the initial cost, once you start putting the add-ons on, then Marella will win hands down because of their drinks policy. Now, do you upgrade to premium? What I would advise is that Marella produce this booklet. I have got every page of this booklet which lists what drinks are premium. The blue are premium and the white are all inclusive, and it lists it for every category of drink. And the pages are available on our Facebook page. And we also have an Into the Drink video. I'll put the link up now. If you want to have a look at that video, we go into the drinks packages in detail. We go through this book, and hopefully that would help you decide whether the premium package is what you need. We would say if there's a particular drink, branded drink that you only drink and you drink a lot of it, then it may well be worth having upgrading to the premium package if it's a premium drink. Just because we are on the all-inclusive, in this book it also gives you the price if you want to have one of the premium drinks. Now, we, as I say, go all-inclusive, but I do like a nice coffee in the coffee port. We often find that there's a special on there. I think in our case there was a gingerbread or a pumpkin spice special drink, which was £2.50 with alcohol or £1.75 without. We had a few of those on the cruise and paid for them extra. We also, the mudslide is my favourite cocktail, and because that's on the premium, I have a couple of those usually. But just having the occasional drink off the premium, I think our bill for the 2 of us was £33 for the extra drinks that we ordered. and obviously that works out a lot cheaper than what you would pay to have the premium package. Can I get all-inclusive drinks at specialty restaurants? Yes, you can get anything on the all-inclusive at any of the specialty restaurants. We never had a problem. Some of the drinks menus in the specialty restaurants do carry extra drinks, but these are usually chargeable if you're not on a premium package. Are fridges available in cabins? There used to be a mix on the ships. Some of the ships had fridges, some of them didn't. Discovery 2 didn't when we were on board there. Voyager did. Explorer had one, but it had been removed when we were on there. And I think now the policy is with Marella is that they are slowly removing fridges from all of the rooms. I do believe certain suites have retained them. How long that is for, I don't know. But if you require a fridge, obviously some people need a fridge for medication, then you can contact the assisted travel team, and I will put the number up for you now. And if you ring and explain that you need a fridge for medication, they should be able to advise you. I have also heard that you can go to reception once on board and request one there, but I would say it is probably better in advance to ring the assisted travel team. So there we are, that's the first 10 questions. I hope you found something useful in the information we've given, and hopefully you will join us for part 2. So once again, please consider subscribing. It's a massive help to us and it helps push this video out to more people. Also hit the like button. If you've got a question, or if there's any questions you think we should have covered, put them in the comments below and maybe we'll do another video with your suggestions. And also hit the bell notification and you will then be informed when part 2 with questions 10 to 20 is released. Thanks very much for watching everyone, and happy cruising.